Hello guys and welcome again. My name is Gloria and on this channel we share all things lifestyle, fragrance, fashion, beauty and even good old life. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite perfumes that I enjoyed during autumn or fall. And I've got 6 of them that I enjoy very much. They are mostly warm, spicy, ambery, floral ones that I find are very, very good for me in cold weather. We know that summer has ended. It's now, the chill factor is setting in. We're all going to be keeping warm, cuddling up, lighting fires, enjoying hot, warm drinks. And it's good to have a perfume to go with that kind of a scenario. So I've got with me here one of my favorites, and this is Obsession by Calvin Klein. And one of the good things about this perfume is that it's very inexpensive. This is a very, very affordable perfume. And sometimes I kind of feel bad about that. I like that I can afford it, but I feel like this perfume is sidelined and relegated to a place where it doesn't belong. This is one of like the all-time bests in my book. I have had this perfume for the longest time. I think I started wearing this one mid 90s and I have always had this one with me. Every time I run out of this, I buy another bottle. It's a must-have in my collection. And this fragrance is incensey, it's got cedar, it's spicy, it's ambery, it's got sandalwood and oak moss. This is the perfect warm, cozy one to keep you warm and cozy. There's almost like an element of cinnamon there. I'm not sure if there's cinnamon in this perfume, but I always pick up a note of cinnamon. But this one has a lot of spices in it. It's got a mixture of spices. I think this came out in 85, if I'm not wrong. 1985 is when this came out. And I remember my first bottle of this perfume was gifted to me by my friend. Oh, actually, let me tell you the story, very quick story. I went to a friend's house and I was going through her magazines. And then I came to this page and it had the most beautiful smell. And it had the most beautiful smell coming from the pages. And so I asked my friend, what is that smell? And my friend said, just rub your hand across the page. And I did. And it had the most beautiful smell. And she told me that that's an advertisement for the perfume. They put it on the page. And, that's their way of advertising perfumes. At that time, I was very, very young. And I remember thinking to myself, when I start working and I have money, I am going to buy myself the biggest bottle of this perfume that I can find. And a few years later, a friend of mine a different friend gifted me this perfume. And miracles do happen. So I love this one and it's a must-have in my collection, and especially for cold weather. There's another one in the same vein as Obsession, and this is Opium. And Opium, I have the 2 of these. I have current Opium, this one that comes in this bottle, but I also have my little vintage that I'm holding on to. Okay, this is my vintage Opium. Sometimes I like to mix them up. Mostly I just wear this one, but for special occasions, I will bring out my vintage and I will wear the vintage, or I will mix them together and they work very well. I know that this one is not as potent as the old one used to be, but it's just as good. You still have the same DNA in there. It's still the same Opium, maybe not as potent, maybe not as strong, but I'm sure there are people who like that. It's not everybody who likes a bold, powerful, potent, spice bomb. Not everybody is into that kind of thing. Me personally, I don't mind my spices. I love my spices. And so Opium is another one that I love. And this Opium, I should get a paper and do that on here, but I'll do that here. Opium has a very citrusy opening, but it's also very incensey, and it's got smokiness. There's a little bit of powderiness in there from, I think there's some rose in here. It has amber, it has patchouli, lots of goodness. It's very resinous, a lot of spices. The resins and the spices complement each other, but there's also a bit of a sweetness in there that comes from the vanilla and coconut. So that is Opium. And there was a time in a history back in, I think, was it 75, back in the 70s, this thing was all the rage. Like, this was a showstopper everywhere. And this is another one that I enjoy in cold weather, but I will not also be caught without Opium in my collection. That's another must have for me. Okay, we move on. That's the second one. The third one I have here is not an oldie. This is relatively new. Actually, this is an oldie, but the bottle that I have here, this is Givenchy's L'Interdit. And even though this is the L'Interdit Rouge, they do have the original Interdit, which was made for Audrey Hepburn by Hubert Givenchy. And it is said l'interdit means the forbidden. And it is said that when Givenchy made this one for Audrey Hepburn, he wanted to mass produce it for other people. And Audrey Hepburn obviously prohibited him from doing that. She said, oh, it is forbidden to do that. So l'interdit rouge. And this one I've been enjoying. This one I have not had for long. But the short time that I've had this one, I've really been enjoying this one. This one is got ginger and it's got blood orange in the opening, but it's also got tuberose and jasmine. I love the mixture of tuberose and jasmine, but it's also got vanilla in it. So it's spicy. It's got pimiento leaf. Pimiento leaf is the leaf of the Jamaican pepper, or the one they use for making allspice. So that pimiento leaf and the ginger gives it its spiciness. And whoa, I've really been enjoying this one. I really, really do enjoy this one. And I think this one is going to be another must have. I've also tried the Intense of L'Interdit. I've tried the original. I think I have the original somewhere, but this one is my absolute favorite of the flankers. Okay. Next, we have a little ball of sweetness. This is Hypnotic Poison. Hypnotic Poison by Dior. And I used to love the original Poison. And a friend of mine used to wear that, and I loved it so much. And I remember when I went to the shop to test them, and I tried them, and I think this one is the one that impressed me quite a bit. This is a different fragrance from the ones that I tend to gravitate towards. As you have seen, I'm a spice girl. I am a warm, spicy, resinous kind of girl. I love my perfumes warm and spicy and resinous, with lots of amber and incense and resins and woods. So for me, I wasn't used to this kind of gourmandy sweetness, but this one kind of changed it changed the way I looked at gourmands. Previously, I was not into gourmands, but this one is the one really that I can say that made me begin to look into gourmands even more. And Hypnotic Poison has got coconut, it's got apricot, it's got plum, it's got incense, it's got coconut, it's got almonds, it's yummy, it's sweet, it's got some powderiness, it's got some sweetness from the vanilla. This one is so yummy and delicious. It's like something that you want to eat. This one is like, I was talking about Scarlet Poppy on my last video that I did on my Joe Malone, and I compared Scarlet Poppy to this one. Scarlet Poppy is not as strong and it's not as potent, but it's a much more maybe pared down version of this for people who might find this one a little bit too much. And I say this is like going into your favorite confectioners with all those beautiful, yummy, spicy, sweet, confectiony smells, the gourmands, almonds, coconuts, vanilla. What's not to love? This is the kind of perfume that you just even wear just to stay home. It's so nice and warm and comforting and yummy and huggable. This one is the kind that you wear and people want to hug you and give you a big, huge hug. But this one also has got musk and it's got Brazilian redwood. And because of that, this makes this scent suitable. It's got sandalwood, it's got musk, it's got Brazilian rosewood, and it makes it suitable for men too. I know men who love to wear this kind of scent. So Hypnotic Poison we are taking to fall and winter. Okay, finally, well, not finally, but penultimate, we have got Armani Prive Mar Imperial, and I should have done this last. Unfortunately, this perfume has been discontinued, and I can't tell you how I feel about that. You cannot find this anywhere. I've got a big, huge bottle, 250 ml, and I have to use this one very, very carefully because I don't want to run out of this thing. And I happened to look online because I was thinking, what if I finish this? Sometimes my kids, my family come into my perfume collection and they use it, and sometimes I come and the bottle is really low and I'm wondering what happened to my perfume, only to find out that they've been using them, and I allow it because, you know, perfumes are to be loved and enjoyed and used. So I was kind of wondering what I would do if I ran out of this one, and I went to eBay to have a look, and I kid you not, there was only one person selling this perfume there, and it was going for $1,500. And I'm really hoping that I don't run out of this, or maybe by the time that this is running out, something else like this will have come along, because myrrh is something that I love. Like I said, I love resinous, incensey, ambery fragrances, and I have to say that out of all the Armani Prives, I think this was the best. Very, very well done. And Armani did really, really very well here. This one has benzoin, it has amber, it has saffron, it has vanilla, it has pink pepper. It's a deep, deep, profound myrrh. Now, I have a story from my childhood. I love to accompany my perfumes with stories. When I was about 8 years old, I was invited to go to a Greek Orthodox church. I had never been to the Orthodox church before. And when I went there, there was an event, I think, and so we went there, me and a couple of my cousins and a grandmother. And while we were sitting down, the priests came in and they had their censers. They were blowing smoke everywhere. There was billowing, smoky blankets of smoke, and the most beautiful smell was coming from those censers. And I didn't know what that was. I just sat back. I think I closed my eyes just to enjoy that smell. I didn't know what it was. I asked somebody and they said that's just something that they use, they burn in the church for worship. Much, much later, I found out that it was myrrh. To me, I think Armani did a great job with this one, but like I said, sadly, it has been discontinued. And finally, we have this person here. And if you have seen my first video on YouTube, a couple of videos away, I did an unboxing of Celine Black Tie, and I have been wanting this perfume for the longest time. Oh my gosh, I really badly wanted this one, and goodness me, oh my god, this thing is everything I hoped and more. I had seen reviews, I had seen people on YouTube talking about Black Tie, and I kind of had an expectation of what it was going to be like, but I really never expected it to be this good. This thing, whew, my goodness, this one has orris butter, it has vanilla, it has musk, it has oak moss. This is very well blended, it's very well done, it's smooth, it's velvety, it's vanilla-y, it has a sweetness to it. I remember when I first, after I did the unboxing, I had not smelled it before the unboxing, obviously. And after I did the video, my son came and said, let me smell that. And I sprayed it to him. And the first thing he said is that, oh, mom, that smells like custard. And I do agree with him. But to me, it smells a bit like a caramelized custard with lots of vanilla goodness. And that's given some creaminess and velvetiness by that orris butter. And oh, this is so seamlessly blended. It's very well done. It's very, very elegant. This for me is the epitome of elegance. when I want to go somewhere, and you can wear this even casually, like if you're wearing jeans and a blazer, maybe even with a turtleneck because now it's cold, and boots, and then you put a shawl around yourself and you slather yourself with lashings of Celine Black Tie. Or you just want, this for me is very elegant. This is the one that you wear when you want to turn up and be elegant without being too bold and too in your face. And you don't want something that is shouting and trying to get everybody's attention. But this one will announce you. But it announces you in a very nice, quiet, very restrained sort of way. Very, very elegant. It doesn't make noise, but it will make itself heard and it will make itself noticed. So Celine Black Tie. I love this. If you can get this one, get this one. Get Black Tie. So yeah, so those are my 6 of my perfumes that I'm taking with me to autumn or fall, as some people call it. And I would like you to leave me a comment and let me know which perfumes you enjoy wearing in cold weather, in fall, or even winter, or even let me know what your favorite is in my collection here and tell me what you think of them. And God bless you. Please remember, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do, and God bless.